January 22, 2012, over 300 students and Jewish professionals gathered at Hadassah College in Jerusalem for the second annual Jerusalem Symposium. The annual Jerusalem Symposium honors the memory of Avi Schaefer.
Welcome to the second Jerusalem Symposium in memory of Avi Schaefer. Avi was killed by a drunk driver on February 12, 2010, near the campus of Brown University. We wish to examine the century-old question of Jewish nationalism, the role of Israel, and the meaning of Zionism to Jews around the world.
Avi was wholeheartedly committed to the future of Israel, to making the Israel of today into his dream of Israel tomorrow. The story of Israel is perhaps the greatest story of renewal in contemporary history. Zionism is much more than simply a movement of national liberation. The state is not an end unto itself, but rather a means for forging a better, brighter future. Our generation must reclaim and reimagine Zionism by moving beyond the establishment of the state to the improvement and betterment of the state and its people. If our generation does not act quickly to reclaim and redefine Zionism, it will continue to be defined for us.
What have the challenges of the last 100 years been for Zionism, and going forward, how can we define and predict what are the future challenges of Zionism going to be?
We need to deepen our understanding of our narrative, our modern narrative, and what has happened to the Jewish people in the last 70 years.
Israel today is home to the largest and pretty much the only growing Jewish community.
We have failed to figure out a way of balancing our Jewishness with our Israeliness.
There is a sense of crisis that Zionism is over.
We still feel like we're battling for our survival.
Zionism freed the Jewish people, but it kept Judaism in the ghetto.
The job of every generation is to protect what we achieved before.
This is an opportunity to truly begin to cut to the core of what Zionism was always meant to be about.
And a movement like the Zionist movement is as great as its next aspiration.
Zionism is activism. It was seen as a revolution, an internal and external revolution. When I look at Israeli society today, it's that one word which I think we must take out of Zionism and implement in society today, and that is activism. Because we have built and we have been built. And now we genuinely have the honor to have our own fate in our own hands.
We brought respect to the Z word, to Zionism. We could start pushing a conversation toward how can Zionism be a solution.
Connecting to our Jewish sources for inspiration and to the Jewish world for solidarity.
Zionism meaning Jewish nationalism. Zionism meaning the understanding that we're a people, not just a religion.
When I grew up, I knew what the Z word meant. You know what it meant for me? Moving to Israel. The need for a Jewish nation state is just like it was in the 19th century, just as much as it was in 1948.
Judaism is a civilization that has many, many aspects to it. Religion is one of them, but it's not the only one.
Israel is the divisive subject in the diaspora as it once used to be the unifying subject.
If we have strength to fight for universal rights, for justice for everybody, for tikkun olam, it's only because we find the strength in our roots, in our history, in our people, in our country.
I'm happy to see that Avi's legacy is live and kicking. Pretty early on, I learned that he was quiet, but he was very active. And I was amazed because I've seen someone who intuitively had the insights that it took me all my professional life to develop. If you really want to influence people, it's not about winning the debate, it's about winning their hearts and minds. It's time for refreshing the concept of Zionism.